Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, police arrested a drug pusher and seized suspected shabu worth 442,000 pesos in a buy-bust operation in Barangay Kota, Nadako in Gubat, Sorsogon on Saturday, November 11. Police Lieutenant Colonel Maluco Lubaki, Police Regional Office 5 spokesperson, identified the suspect as Arnel, a high-value individual. Suspect was arrested after he sold 65 grams of shabu to a police poser buyer. Arnel and pieces of evidence were taken to the Gubat police station for proper disposition. A case of violation of Republic Act 9165 will be filed against the suspect. The PRO 5 credited the Buhay Ingatan Droga ay Ayawan program for the arrest of the suspect. In another story, an Albayana beauty queen, Anna Catharina Go Kaufman, is set to represent the province in the Princess of the Universe 2023 national pageant this coming November 26, 2023 at the Manila Hotel. Kaufman announced her plan to showcase Albay's culture through her national costume at the event and expressed her excitement about the highlighting the diversity of Albay's culture, traditions, and delicacies. Acknowledging the support from the provincial government of Albay and Attorney Governor Edsel Grex Lagman, the Albay representative expressed gratitude for the time and continuous support for being extended to her all this time. In another news, Provincial Administrator Sheena Maricion Rubia de la Cruz announced Monday the upcoming Grexcellence Awards and Biggest Loser competition. The Grexcellence Awards recognizes the contributions of outstanding employees in various levels such as non-supervisory, supervisory, and the executive and managerial levels. It can be recalled that the same award was given last May to Albayanos outside the provincial government who exhibited heroism and were outstanding in different fields. The said award will be given by nomination, and there will be a selection committee headed by the Provincial Human Resource and Management Office, PHRMO, and Provincial Administrator's Office. The winners of the said award will be receiving well-deserved cash incentives courtesy of the Governor's Office. In addition, the provincial administrator also shared that a Biggest Loser competition will be held in line with the upcoming launch of the Albay Wellness Clinic, wherein participants will be given a meal plan and a list of suggested physical activities to promote healthy ways of losing weight and fostering a culture of wellness. The Biggest Loser will also receive a cash prize. In the national scene, the House of Representatives is once again taking a shot at passing proposals to create a national museum honoring key Filipino women figures who fought in the country's historic pushbacks against dictatorship and colonization. The House Basic Education and Culture Committee on Monday approved in principle bills proposing the museum or the National Museum of Filipino Women Act, which establishes a separate museum dedicated to women historical figures. The panel's approval will be final once it has arrived at the consolidated version of 4 bills proposing the creation of the same museum. The House passed an earlier version of the proposed National Museum of Filipino Women Act on final reading during the 18th Congress, but the measure was not able to clear the Senate. Representative Arlene Brazos, Gabriela Women's Party, who principally authored House Bill 5520, said in her opening speech that the bill honors both modern-day heroines as well as women martyrs who were tortured or killed during the martial law period under the late dictator and former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. In another story, Land Transportation Office LTO said plastic license cars are down to 1 million. LTO Chief Vigor Mendoza said that the remaining plastic cars will only cover the backlogs of the agency from April to June. Mendoza also said that 800,000 cards are needed to cater to the licenses that expired last May and June. A Quezon City court granted a writ of preliminary injunction of October 13, halting the procurement of plastic license cards due to a bidding dispute involving All Cars Incorporated and the winning bidder, Banner Plastic Card Incorporated. 200,000 cards are preserved or reserved for overseas Filipino workers renewing their driver's licenses. Mendoza said that the LTO is considering alternatives, which included engaging in a government-to-government agreement with the National Printing Office to supply plastic licenses. In another news, 2 doctors advised the public to continue wearing masks outdoors if testing for COVID-19 is not possible. This came after reporting an increase in patients who have symptoms or have tested positive for the highly communicable disease. Jonathan E.C. took to his X account to share that he has seen patients with coughs and colds in the past weeks. C then noted that such a situation would ideally call for these patients to get swabbed for COVID-19. Another doctor with the X said that he encountered school children who tested positive for the deadly virus. He also recommended or reminded the public to wear face masks if they are experiencing symptoms. The RT-PCR testing is considered the golden standard to determine if patients have contracted COVID-19. To recall, COVID-19, which quickly spread and caused travel restrictions across countries in 2020, shares similar symptoms as influenza. And in the news outside the country, 5 weeks after the Hamas attacks, the families and friends of Israelis taken hostage by the militant group are doing everything to ward off the public fatigue and keep attention on their plight. Hadas Calderon's daughter, Sahar, 16, son Eres, 12, and ex-husband Ofer, 53, are among those believed to have been taken by Hamas to Gaza on October 7. The most recent occasion came in Tel Aviv on Saturday on the sidelines of another protest calling for the release of all the nearly 240 hostages missing since the attack and for the killing of around 1,200 people. In another story, Asian markets were mixed Monday ahead of key U.S. inflation data later in a week, with traders still concerned about the Federal Reserve could lift interest rates again. Decision makers at the central bank lined up last week to warn that more tightening could be needed to bring prices under control. Tempering optimism and the hiking cycle had come to an end. The event sparkled as sell-off in Asia on Friday. though a tech-led surge on Wall Street provided traders some support on Monday. Albeit with focus firmly on the consumer price index and retail sales later in the week, gains were limited. In early trade, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Seoul, Taipei, and Jakarta were up, but Shanghai, Sydney, Manila, and Wellington were in the red. Fears that global rates could remain elevated for an extended period were found by European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, who on Friday forecast a resurgence of inflation. And finally, in the news outside the country, United Nations said Monday that more children in South Asia are struggling due to severe water scarcity, made worse by the impacts of climate change than anywhere else worldwide. The 8-nation region, comprising Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Maldives, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, is home to more than 1/4 of the world's children. The report cites poor water quality, lack of water, and mismanagement such as overpumping of aquifers, which climate change decreases the amount of water replenishing them. At the UN COP28 climate conference in December in Dubai, UNICEF said it will call for leaders to secure a livable planet. Behind South Asia was Eastern and Southern Africa, where 130 million children are at risk from severe water scarcity. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, November 14, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Chad Bobbis, and to our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Mary Luduga Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Azil Greg Sligman, I am Greg HALLARE. Thank you for subscribing.